Hey guys, this is Aaron with Pogueblades. This is the AP-1 in linen micarta. This is actually the first knife that I ever produced. A friend of mine actually taught me how to make knives. The first time I met him, he was wearing a cast on his arm. I asked what happened, and he told me that he had cut himself while making a knife. We got to talking about making knives, and he took me to his shop to show me some pictures, a portfolio basically of what he had done, and I expected to see knives that were made out of lawnmower blades and leaf springs. But really, his knives were absolutely gorgeous, beautiful knives. And I asked him if he'd teach me how to make them, and this is the end result. So Steve, if you're watching, thanks, good buddy. This knife took me probably 50 plus hours to make. I had no equipment of my own, had no idea what I was doing. Steve took me through every single process. I mean, this is basically my homework, studying everything. The whole process of making a knife, and this was the end result, the first one I made. I'm very, very proud of this knife. It is not by any means a showroom piece, but we'll get to more of that in just a little bit. I'm still making knives after Steve taught me how, but I want to just go ahead and clear this. I am not a knife maker. I am an amateur that does this as a hobby. So if you know that I don't use a term right, or I didn't say something right, and you're like, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably don't know what I'm talking about. But who cares, man? I don't pretend or pose to be a professional knife maker by trade. Anyway, having said that, specs on this knife, I don't have the weight or the length. I don't really get into that too much with my own particular knife. However, it is 154 cm steel. It is a drop point with a flat ground secondary edge. This 154 cm is actually very hard to find nowadays. It's not produced anymore, to my knowledge. You can find some people that still have some bar stock from the old batch of before they changed up the composition of the steel. You can find some equivalents. ATS-34 is a very comparable steel to 154 cm. 154 cm was actually considered to be one of the first super steels. It's a very, very good sturdy steel. It'll hold an edge forever. I mean, I know with this particular steel, if you have the right edge on it, and you have a good heat treat or even a cryo treat with it, you can skin several deer without putting a new edge on it. It's a great nice steel. Now I did put linen micarta on this knife, the first one I ever made. I chose linen micarta for one because it's such a strong material. This handle will outlast me, honestly. Mosaic pins. Basically, this whole composition of this knife this is what Steve had laying around. He had one bar of 154 cm. He had the micarta on hand. He had the pins and the nickel silver for the lanyard hole. All of that was laying around, and this is it. So this is old Frankenstein right here. This is not. I am very aware that this is not a showroom piece. It was not designed to be a showroom piece. There is no bolster. There is no fancy file work on the back. This is just a tool, and that's what it's been used for. It is sharp. Now I've about run out of hair to shave, but it has a decent edge. It's not a freaky sharp edge, but it's enough to shave. I've cleaned deer, turkey, duck. I've shaved with this knife. It's a fine knife, and the design, the handle is I love it. It fits me perfect. Everybody that's ever held this particular knife have said the ergonomics of the handle were great. I've tried to produce knives just like this one. I've gotten very close, but I am, given the fact that I am an amateur and do not use any CNC, nothing like that, it's hard for me to produce a knife exactly the same as the one before. Which, if I could do that, then it wouldn't really be a custom knife, in my opinion. So I don't really worry about that too much. I've made similar models to this one. I've had this one requested probably more than any other knife I've made, and it's it's the old clunker. But once people get a hold of it and use it, usually they love it. So anyway, again, this is Aaron with Pogue Blades. If you have any more questions, shoot me an email. You can see my email in the description of the vid. I hope you enjoyed it.